the group of people who respond to 5 milligrams of NOOPEPT. There's many of them. We're going to talk about it. Welcome to the channel. If you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Check us on the web at livecortex.com, at livecortex.com/blog. Biggest blog in the world for nootropics. Cortex Stacks. Facebook.com/Cortex Stacks is our Facebook page. Lots of great stuff we post there. If you're interested in just watching me post about everything, entrepreneurship, life, business, health, fitness, that's what I like to talk about. Facebook.com/RyanMichaelBallo. I just started it, but there's still content there, and I post content there every day. Come like me, check me out. Come hang with me, man. Come hang with me, because I post a lot of videos and stuff there. Look, the basis of this video post is that, look, a lot of folks respond to lower dose nootropics. There are some people that respond to extremely low dose NOOPEPT. 15 milligrams, 20 milligrams, which is a regular dose of NOOPEPT, like regular to high, 15 to 20 milligrams. Gives them brain fog, doesn't make them feel good. Some people makes them feel lethargic. Some people it gives them a massive anxiolytic effect, but they don't want to function. That happens to me if I take more than 3 sprays of NOOPEPT nasal spray. It's just anxiolytic, but I don't want to really do much of anything. And so, there's reasons for that. I kind of want to just give my theory on why it happens. I know many people who can take very low doses of NOOPEPT, and that's better than high doses. And I kind of want to just talk about that because maybe you're one of those people, right? People always assume going into nootropics right away, they should take the regular dose. And I just keep seeing over time for a lot of folks, they're not going to need it. They're not going to need it. And the higher the dose, if their brains already function really great, the more side effects they're going to get, and the more they're just not going to get the best effects from the nootropics. And if their brains work pretty good from baseline, they're going to respond better to uber low doses. Okay, let's do a minute of product pro, then we'll talk about the details to enlighten you on nootropic stuff. We've got 6 products. Number 1, the Cortex stack, powerful pre-made stack, 20% off right now at $27. Link in the description below. Cortex is a pre-made nootropic blend that we have had in the market for about a year and some change, almost 2 years. No, 2 years now. It is the most, in our customers' words, the most powerful pre-made stack there is. If you want to turn the lights on and really get the brain down, energy, verbal fluency, mental speed of processing, I'm going to say mental energy twice. Drive to work, motivation, get a bottle of Cortex, get that at livecortex.com. 5 digital guides, I'll display them right here. We'll talk about them at the end of this video if you really want to know what they're about. They teach you how to use nootropics, and they give you very many high-level stacks. They're elite, okay? They're high-level nootropics guides for people that truly want to get the best out of nootropics. Get them at livecortex.com. And then we've got 2 consult programs. Nootropics Consulting, it's a 40-minute call with me, and then additional email correspondences. And then Chronic Fatigue Syndrome Consulting. It's a consulting service for folks that have CFS. I can help you. Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. Okay, we said the preface. Some people respond to lower doses of NOOPEPT. And those, by lower doses, I mean like 3 to 5 milligrams. And they're on, and they're good. And some folks have to take a minor choline source with it. A couple hundred milligrams choline by tartrate, some don't, right? It all really depends on, their brain. What I think is happening here, okay, so let's just, make that the number 1 point, or the first major salient point. Some people can take 5 milligrams of NOOPEPT and they're rocking. 2-3 hours, they're rocking, they're tapped in, they're tuned on, they've got memory, they see better. Because choline is an important part of the retina cells in your eyes. That's probably why people get HD vision when they take NOOPEPT. It's not like this weird, BS anecdotal. It happens. I've actually had my vision modified by nootropics. Many times, for better or for worse. It all depends on the choline quantity of the retina cells, which can change in response to certain nootropics. And so that's that. I'm in the 10 to 12 milligram range for NOOPEPT. That's kind of where my sweet spot is. Probably over the years I've been able to take a little bit less of it, not substantially less of it. I think I started off at the 17 milligram dose range, and then now I'm at 10 to 12, and I'm fine. Perhaps in another 2 or 3 years I might be at 7 milligrams, and that's all I really need. But I know people who 10 milligrams and above gives them brain fog with whatever variations of choline sources they can figure out. There's just no way to do it unless they take 3 to 5 milligrams of NOOPEPT. And then they're just totally good. Everything functions really well. So let's just sort of look at why this is. NOOPEPT makes optimizations to the cholinergic system, whether by increasing the signal strength of acetylcholine through modifying its receptors, or just trying to work on the efficiency through which with which the brain uses acetylcholine to fire. And so that's part of it. It also increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor and nerve growth factor, both in the cerebral cortex sort of generally and in the hippocampus specifically over time. And so you got growth factors that are working in memory-centric regions of the brain in the case of the hippocampus, right? These are neurotrophic factors. They are involved in neuronal survivability, neuronal repair, neuronal proliferation particularly. And so for some people, like, their brains might already work tremendously well in this regard, and any additional input of something that's going to make that work well turns into a bad thing, right? Turns into side effects, turns into brain fog, etc. I can go run 2 miles in the morning and feel great, but if I run 10 miles in the morning, I probably feel just a little too tired. You know, it's just like now I need to rest. Like 10 miles is not my thing anymore. It was when I was in the Army or whatever. I'm not doing that anymore. So there is a point at which you can just take it excessively, and I think that's what people do. People that respond to 5 milligrams of NOOPEPT probably have pretty good functioning brains as it is. They might be cholinergically dominant already, so they really don't need many optimizations of acetylcholine. They'll do better on modafinil or other dopamine, affecting nootropic compounds. And then maybe because they're runners like me or something, or like anybody else who's like a runner, and therefore they already produce brain-derived neurotrophic factor, right? This is proven to happen in runners. The extra brain-derived neurotrophic factor as a result of NOOPEPT might cause a problem in them, and therefore they're going to need 5 milligrams. Now, I don't know if any of that is true, but that's my take on probably why I think a lot of this is happening. If you're somebody who hasn't been able to make NOOPEPT work for you in regular doses, try microdosing it. Try 2 to 5 milligrams of NOOPEPT. I would say low dose on a choline source at that point, and then see where you're at. I think for a lot of folks that run into a problem with NOOPEPT in the regular doses are going to find that microdoses are better. And guess what? Don't feel any less cool. Like, because you have to take 2 to 5 milligrams and everyone gets to take 13 or 15. That's just your brain, and that's just where you are with nootropics. A lot of folks I know are on the lower end of mostly everything. It helps them more than the higher end of most things, and it's no reason to be unhappy about. In fact, it's pretty darn cool. Hey, 20% off everything at the Cortex Labs website. Again, I got to keep pushing it because folks say, hey, we never got notified of specials. So here it is, Cortex stack, $27. All of our digital nootropic stack lists. These are stack lists, man. They get to stacks. I mean, these are my stacks over many years. I've taken 9 years to figure them out. There's hundreds in these digital guides. Get them at livecortex.com. 20% off. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Ryan Michael Balla here. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Look, we've got, as it stands, 5 primary products that I want to just explain to you. You heard us mention them during the video, so I'm going to break them down. Number 1, from left to right, the Cortex Nootropic Stack. This is a cognitive enhancement stack that you really want to take to turn the lights on. Just to give you an idea, hardcore business folks that require 18 to 20 hours of brain function, take the Cortex Stack. That's what we initially designed it for, but then like everybody in the nootropic sphere loved it. Verbal fluency, speed of processing, motivation, drive to want to work. That's what the Cortex Stack does. Moving right along, the Racetam guide there, that is called the Beginner's Guide to Racetam, breaks down 25 powerful Racetam stacks, shows you how to use Racetam. It's essentially the everything guide to Racetam. Long demanded, folks asked us for it. We delivered. It is fully digital, lots of powerful stacks. And then there's the Nootropic Stack for the business professional. That's basically 100, right around 100 powerful uridine, modafinil, theacrine, aniracetam, oxiracetam, phenylpiracetam, alcar stacks for business situations, for the type of brain states that business folks need for sustained performance. Next is the Racetam God guide. That is a high-level every Racetam guide, digital guide. We've got all the major Racetams with accompanying focus stacks and memory stacks and speed of processing stacks. In that Racetam. There's 8 major nootropic Racetams, and that guide explains all of them and accompanying stacks. Then there's the NOOPEPT Pro Stack List. The NOOPEPT Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains oral, so just taking it by mouth, sublingual, taking it under the tongue, and then intranasal, spraying NOOPEPT nasal spray in your nose, stacks. It's just a bunch of stacks, a giant stack list of NOOPEPT stacks that are highly effective, pro-level, specific brain state inducing type of NOOPEPT stacks. That thing has been a hit out there with the market. And then last, there's Smarter, Better, Faster. Smarter, Better, Faster is the all-around, everything nootropics digital guide. If you just want to learn everything, many Racetams, modafinil, etc., get Smarter, Better, Faster. It's like the guide you need to know if you're new to nootropics, to learn basically everything and to walk away knowing what you need to know on nootropics. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Get this stuff at livecortex.com and rock on.